Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today's a pretty simple one. We're going to set up a Zoom account from scratch. This will be the first video in a series of videos on Zoom concerning especially the recent security concerns. But we're going to set up a virtual quiz. I'm going to show you how to use a second camera, i.e. your mobile phone, to enhance your experience on Zoom. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is quite obviously is go to zoom.us. That's the official site. Don't use anything different, especially if you're searching for it. Make sure it's Zoom US. Okay, and you'll come to this page here. Click on sign up, it's free. And you'll be asked to enter your date of birth. Enter your date of birth. And once that's done, click continue, and you'll be asked for an email address. I'll sign in with your Google and Facebook. Once you've done that, click on sign up. So you'll get this pop-up saying email marketing. Basically, you can either confirm or set your preferences, and you'll get this up here. Don't want no emails. Let's get rid of that. I'll confirm if you really want them. And now you will get a confirmation that an email has gone. And the thing you need to do there is go to your email and do check your spam. This quite often goes to a junk mail. Find the email in your email box. It'll say, it's come from Zoom. It'll say hello, your name, and there'll be a blue box saying sign in. Once you've clicked on sign in, this is the page you'll get. Make sure you choose the correct email address. I've done this. So enter the email address you signed up with and sign in. Straight away you'll be taken to your profile page. This has changed even in the last few weeks due to all the security issues that are going on. So we're going to go through this. We're going to set this up with quite a strict security settings. Do it this way, you'll be fine. If you're meeting friends and family on the web at a weekend to have a beer while you're in lockdown, if you're just hosting pub quizzes with people that you know, we can relax those settings. No, if you're signing up now, you'll see here you'll get a list of new features that are coming up. These have all been, again, coming on for its increased demand and the security issues that are going on. We can accept these. A picture, simply click on change, add a picture. That's like most accounts on the internet. You'll see your name. Personal meeting ID, that's personal to you, so keep it to yourself. Your sign-in email, linked accounts if you've got some. User type basic. Now if you're using the free account, I do believe at the moment there is no limit on meeting duration. Usually on a free account you have a limit of 40 minutes. It's not that big a deal if you all it do, it'll cut out at 40 minutes and everyone rejoined. Obviously you don't want to be using that if you've got 100 participants on there. But if it's just you and your family, or you're just having a chat with one family member and it cuts out after 40 minutes, just click on the link that you set up the meeting with and you're back in then. But I believe, I've just been told that during the lockdown they've removed the 40-minute limit, which is great. But you can upgrade. All the plans are here. The next one's not too dear, to be honest. That's the one I've got on my other account. And that's purely because every weekend at the moment we're getting together for a beer. There's about 20 of us, and it's just a little bit frustrating after 40 minutes it cutting out. Okay, so it's up to you what level you want to buy. Go and have a look. Now the one thing I would do, especially those of you in the UK, it's defaulted to the American format, date format, which is month, day, year. So you can edit that and obviously edit your time zone, but you can edit that. to be day, month, year. It does confuse. If you don't change that and you start sending dates out, you can confuse people. Okay, and the time format, again, it's up to you. I like to use 24-hour time, 24-hour format, ex-military man, of course. And save changes. Yes, that's changed. Calendar and contact integration. There's Google and Microsoft Outlook plugins that you can connect to calendar, so it adds straight to Canva. You can open your calendar and create a meeting straight from your calendar. And then obviously it's got your passwords. That is your profile set up. Now, as a host, if you're hosting the meetings, this is really where you want to go. You can go to schedule a meeting. In simple terms, all you need to do is click on schedule a meeting. That's your topics, that's your meeting name. Your description is optional, entirely up to you. When, it's currently set to today's date. Like I said, make sure I set it for 24-hour clock, because that's what I use, especially if you're not setting it for 24-hour clock, then 6 o'clock AM, 6 o'clock PM will look exactly the same. So just make sure. Duration, don't worry about that. That's just to tell your attendees how long you suspect the meeting will last. It doesn't mean that if you set it for an hour, once 60 minutes is up, it will cut out. So there's the one. You're basically, welcome to talent and meetings with 3 or more participants. Right. So that's not what I've been told. So if it's under 3, or if it's just you and another person, you can have a unlimited meeting at the moment. If it's 3 or more, it's still to 40 minutes. That's new. Time zone, reoccurring, again, self-explanatory. If this is a meeting you are having every week at the same day on the same time, click it and it saves you having to do that every time. Meeting ID, this is quite a big one. Don't use your personal meeting. Just generate automatically. Generate a random one. This is how people get into meetings, and if they get that hold of that, anybody can join your meeting. Again, meeting password. Now this is set as default where it never was before. I'd keep your meeting password. You can either have the one that's set there, or you can set your own. This increases security, so you don't get anything, the new term, Zoom bombers. Okay, you won't get anybody uninvited into your meeting unless they've got a meeting password. We'll go through a setting in a minute in the security where you can turn it on so that when you send the meeting request out, the meeting password is integrated in the URL. So when they click on if they've got the URL that you send out, they will not have to enter the password, it'll enter it automatically. This is just a video, so that as soon as you enter the meeting, your host, if you're hosting, that will be turned on automatically. And when participants enter the meeting, the video will be turned on. Audio, computer audio is what the majority of people use with their webcam. People can dial in just on their telephone, although during this time again, Zoom are restricting that, and it doesn't always work. So click both if you want. The number to dial in will appear on the meeting details when you send them out. Meeting options. Enable join before host. That means if you're running a bit late, people can join. Again, that's probably, if you're hosting a meeting where you don't know who you're meeting with, I'd turn that off. Don't let anybody get on before you, so you can vet who they are. But for family and friends, yeah, of course, I'd leave it off, let them get in first. Mute participants on entry, it's up to you. Enable waiting room. This is another security setting, especially again if the meetings you're hosting, you don't know who's going to be joining. If it's a public meeting, a work meeting, something you've pushed out as a public address. Again, if it's family, friends, I'd turn this off. All that means is when you host and you're in your room, when people join the meeting, they'll be held in a waiting room, so you can see who they are before allowing them to join the main room. That stops unscrupulous people joining. But again, family and friends, you probably turn it off. And you get the chance to record. This is for the host. Depending on what you are, if it's just a catch up, then there's probably no need. I run a magic club, so we are currently meeting on Zoom and having our virtual meetings. There's a lot that goes on, and for teaching and for learning, we record the meeting so we can watch it back. Okay, so once you've set all your meeting up, click save. This is the page you'll be brought to, so it's my meeting, whatever you put. Time, date, that's the meeting ID. Meeting password is now hidden. Now, there's two ways you can inform people. The easiest one is to where it says here, join URL. If you go to the side, copy this invitation, this is what you'll get. Join Zoom meeting, this is the URL. And like it says, the password is embedded in that URL. And the easiest thing to do is clip a copy meeting invitation. That's copied it to the clipboard. Open your email, stick it in an email, and either group mail it out to everybody, or if there's somebody else, you can just email it individually to people. When the time comes, all they have to do is click on that URL and it will open. Okay. Settings. Probably something you want to do. On meetings, start meetings with host video on. Entirely up to you. I do. Start meetings with participants on. Up to you. Audio type. These are all default settings, so when you start a meeting, whether they're on or off. Only authenticated users can join meetings from the web client. Again, this is one of the settings I recommend you leave on for security reasons, especially when you are talking about a meeting with potentially people you don't know. Require password and scheduling new meetings, of course, leave that on. Require password for personal meeting. Guys, I'll go through all these. Most of them are self-explanatory. I will be doing another video next about security settings and what it means and the best security settings you can take. If all you're doing is for family and friends, then I wouldn't worry too much. Once you've done all that, and you've set your profile up and it's ready to go, go to your meetings, and then your meeting will show up in here. To start it, either click on start or click meeting, check everything's right and start this meeting. Now the first time you do it, once you start the meeting, in fact it won't show it because I've already got it downloaded, it will ask you to download a Zoom client. That's the best way to do a meeting in the browser, although you can open it up in the browser, you just lose some functionality. So once you open Zoom, this is what you get. There we are. So there's various settings on the bottom. What I can't really show you is when you've got people into the room, but all that will happen is when you've got people in the room, you'll have a room view up here. It's either gallery view or it's speaker view. Gallery view will put everybody in a square so you can see everyone at the same time, and you can watch and you can interact, you can hear them, and you can all speak. Once you're on speaker view, again, what you will see is everyone along the top in a row, and the person that's speaking will show up in a main window like this in this area here, and that's the only difference between the two. What you'll be concerned about is the settings along the bottom. So you've got mute. So mute that's just for your mic. However, these are your sound settings. So at the moment, my microphone that I'm using to speak to you is the HyperX Quadcast. However, my Zoom is set up for the audio to come through the webcam that you're seeing me on here. Okay, so you can change that however you want to do it. And your speakers, again, headphones, however you're doing it, same to set up. Now you can test, this is a good thing to do, is to test your speakers and microphone. So when you press that, you'll hear a ringtone. Did you hear it? Yes.
Yes.
And then you speak.
And then you speak.
And then it'll play it back. If you heard it, you click yes, finish. You know you're ready to start. That's your sound settings, and then these are your camera settings. Again, I'm going to do another video which will explain how to use two cameras at the same time. At the moment, I've got a webcam set up. Like I said before, I use some Magic Meetings, so I use my mobile phone as a second camera. It's really good using something called Droid Cam, and we'll show you that another time. If you want to go all out, you get a green screen. You can choose a virtual background and change your background to however you like. There's a security tab on here. Again, this is one of the new settings due to the issues. Lock meeting, very good setting. If you're expecting 6 people into your meeting and all 6 people are here, you can lock the meeting and nobody will be able to join. Enable waiting room, I already mentioned that one. Allowing participants to share the screen. Yes, you can allow participants to share the screen. There's a setting in the settings menu where you can turn off, because people can control another person's computer, if that makes sense. It'll say allow participants to operate your screen. Chat, yeah, and rename themselves, yeah, whatever. That's a new one. Manage participants. There's only me, but you can go in there. You'd have a list of participants in here. You can unmute, mute, or invite. The good thing about mute and unmute is what you'll find on here is everyone talks at once, especially if they're trying to get a point across. So you can mute everybody, say what you need to say, then unmute everybody. And it's a way of controlling the conversation. And the way people like to speak is you can put a thumbs up, or you can clap, you can show reactions. Record if you want to record it, and this is how you share your screen. You'd click on that, and then you get your screens, which one to share. Click on share and it would share the screen. Good for presentations, good for showing a video, that sort of stuff. There's more advanced stuff like a whiteboard, all that sort of thing. I will be showing that in another video coming up, where I'm going to show you how to organise your own pub quiz. Let's get rid of this horrible camera. And that's how you end your meeting, by the way. End meeting, if you're the host, it will end it for all. You'll get the leave meeting or end meeting for all. Okay, so that's you set up on Zoom, all set up. Where did you go? So there you go, all set up on Zoom with the right settings. Look forward to the next video, which I'll just go through some of the security concerns. It'll be a short one, that, but I will show you how to set up your own quiz, interactive quiz, no pen and paper needed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like. It's a new channel. Let me get off the ground. Cheers guys, bye.